Hello. As I'm recording this, we're Wednesday around 1 o'clock, and today uh, we have officially a new Prime Minister, be sworn in, and a new cabinet. And in the media and in the social media, the big conversation is about representation. Is this cabinet representative enough, or is there enough diversity or not? Too many women, not enough women, racial differences, and big debate, big debate. And also the fact that some reject this conversation, saying that we should treat people according to merits only, and we should not work some sort of quota, they would say. Regarding the last argument, well, depending of if we like this government or not, I think this is one of the conversation that goes beyond partisan politics. And regarding to the last critique that we should judge people on merits or not, in theory that should be the case, but in reality it does not work that way. We all know it does not work that way, because you need representative from every corner of the country. That's the way it is. It's politics. Because you need, yeah, some people have very good friends, and that's the way it always been. When it's time to form a cabinet, people take their friends, and there's always been good people who have been rejected for many different reasons. Debates like this, I think, gives us an opportunity to reflect about privilege. Because let's face it, the liberal and the conservative were not better, and many other parties. Only the NDP seems to have fairly an equal amount of candidates. I'm not talking MPs, candidates, male and female. I think the liberals and the conservative was close to one quarter, between one third, one quarters of women, and the rest were men. And it's not because they were not able to find more good women. There's smart women everywhere in this country. Every province, every circumscription, everywhere. From every cultural, linguistic background, we have people from minorities that are smart and very efficient, very, very good at what they're doing in every province, in every ridings. The thing is, it's a question of privilege. And this is something that we white men, and I'm including myself, have difficulty to understand. We live in a, like it or not, we live in a society where white men have a prominent position, have a privileged position in our world. And most of us did nothing to earn that. It fall on us at birth. And for many, it's difficult to understand, but when you're a white man, you're rarely profiled. We heard a lot about carding in Toronto. Carding was not about white young men. This is a reality. I'm not. I did when I was doing a training, racial justice training for the United Church. We had some stories, and as a white man, I was never followed in a store. When I enter a store, nobody follow me. But one friend who is a minister who happened to be an African woman, well, when she enters a store, someone will follow her to see if she takes something. Or she would be asked, and I see it myself, where do you come from? My friend was very wise, said, well, from the other, she was buying coffee, where he come from, and she answered, well, from the other side of the street where I'm working. But she knew what was the question. Like, if you're black, you cannot be Canadian. Well, yes, she is Canadian. But so it's all those questions that we need to debunk and to reflect upon. Not necessarily there's question, should we have quota or not quota, but we need to acknowledge that we don't live in a color blind society, but we can decide to be in a color courageous society. Yes, to acknowledge our differences, not necessarily to create division, but to acknowledge that we live in a world that there's a diversity, and some have more power than others. Like in a cabinet, back to the cabinet, you can have diversity, but who is having the real power? Who's making the big decision? White men? Is there women? Is there people from other places that share their experience, or we tend to forget that? And it's something that we can do as Christians, starting in our congregations, saying, okay, who is not around their table when it's time to take a decision, to make a decision? Who should be there? Who should we invite? And then as a larger church, and then trying to bring that kind of thinking in the rest of our activity, the rest of the place we're involved. I think it's possible. It needs to start somewhere, and I think we can start at our level and build something more. I hope you will have those opportunities this week to reflect and to be aware of the differences around us, but also aware of who is missing. And I hope you will have a great week. Take care of yourself. See you soon.